Hi, I'm Sue of Moving Well with Sue and Give Rise Studios. I'm here today to show you a daily routine that is from functional range conditioning systems. We're going to go through each joint structure, which we have 10 that we'll be working through today. And we're going to bring our joints into their fullest, safest, greatest range of motion. And two things I want you to keep in mind, actually three. The 3 C's: compassion, care, and control. Compassion for ourselves. My circles aren't going to look like yours. Yours aren't going to look like mine. They are ours. We own them, and we're looking to generally improve them, right? So we all start somewhere. Care is going to be not moving into anything painful, pinchy, pokey, or closing angle pain. So anything that feels like bone on bone. You know, in your neck, you might feel a pinch here that's closing angle pain. You're going to work around it. So the circle may not look like a circle, but that's the way it is. And it's fine. And then control. Control is a few things. We're going to move into and out of every movement with mindful control. Go nice and slow. Take it easy. This isn't a race. This is called they're called CARs. Controlled articular rotations. So the control aspect of it is as follows. We're going to contract our entire body, which is going to allow us to scoop up all the energy from our body to focus in on each joint at a time. We want our joints to move independently so they can better work together cooperatively for you to decrease injury, to move better, to feel better. And we're uploading a ton of information to our brain. Our brain doesn't know the space in our body, the workable space that we don't use. So let's use it, show our brain that it's there so that we feel more ranges in our day-to-day. So the control part is called a radiation in the FRC system. So bring your hands out to your side and make fists with your hands. Feel that contraction go all the way up to your shoulders. Brace in your core. Now there's a lot of terms for this, but just pressurize. So on your next exhale, bring the ribs down to the front hip points. So your lower ribs are coming down and in. You should feel like you got a little shorter. Now through your legs, lift your kneecaps, contract your quads and your glutes. In a scale of 1 to 10, this effort for morning cars is between a 1 and 3. So the effort is completely up to you. Also, the time we spend or you spend in each joint is totally up to you. I've done cars for 45 minutes or even an hour. All right, out to the side, pack that air down. So pressurize your core. Organize and stabilize, that's all we're doing. Drop your chin to your chest. Scrape the chin along the collarbone, look over your right shoulder, tilt the ear behind the right shoulder, and rainbow up and over to the other side into a tilt, a twist, and down the collarbone. Come to the left. So we're tick-tocking back and forth. Each time, make a nice bigger circle. Remember the 3 C's here. And relax. Let's take care of our thoracic spine. Our thoracic spine lives right above, you know, where your waist is, or like maybe for those that wear a bra or a sports bra, it's a little bit below where they recommend your bra go, right here. And for those that don't, it's pretty much right where your ribs start to come in, maybe at their narrowest point. Keep your hands here just to give yourself a little external feedback and crunch yourself forward from that point where you feel your hands. Twist like a cap to the right. You might feel a stretch here and maybe a crunch here, like a little bit of a contraction. Tilt and extend up and over around the fingers and come forward. So as you can see, it's very similar to the neck. We come down, we twist, we tilt, and we extend up and over. Now that you've gotten the feeling of where the thoracic spine is, you can cross your hands in front of your body. Bring some contraction. Push the forearms together. Keep your chin tucked. We're not doing our neck here, so it's none of the neck's business, right? And relax. Bring the arms forward. We're going to do our shoulder blades. Retract the shoulder blades back. Simply squeeze them towards your spine. Right? The control part of this too, keep them squeezed. The control part of this too is controlling the rest of our body and contracting our body so that we don't compensate. Do things like this, right? We want our joints to work independently. So squeeze the shoulder blades towards the spine and drop them down your back. Keep them squeezed like you're putting them in your back pocket. Now, glide them away from your spine, bring them up towards your head, and then bring them back and squeeze. So we're making a circle here. Pack the air down, pressurize in your torso anytime you need to. I'm gonna show you, now reverse. I'm gonna show you, I'm arching my back right now, right? I'm bringing out my thoracic spine, and now I'm gonna pack the air down, so watch the difference. Whole body felt like it straightened up. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's take care of our wonderful elbows. Biceps pinned to the side. Bring your palms up in front of you. Elbow pits stay facing up towards the ceiling. Slowly bring your palms towards your shoulders. Flip your hands towards me. Push the air down. Flip, up, flip, and down. You can also pretend that the air is a little bit thicker. That's going to up that effort, that tension. And on the next up, let's pause, and we're gonna stir the pot in the other direction. Get all those bits, get the most out of this movement that we can. The tops of our hands come down. So we have 2 bones going into the joint at the elbow. Keep flipping and going. Got it? So we're changing the orientation of the bones in flexion, which is this, and extension. 3, 2, and 1. All right, a little challenge here, maybe. Keep the elbow pits facing up. The bottom of your forearm is going to stay still. We're gonna do our wrists. It's very easy to want to rotate our forearm while we're concentrating on our wrist. But remember, control. We want to control and stabilize all the joints so that we can focus on the one joint that we're working on. Extend the wrist down, pinky sides in. Keep those forearms still. Go as slow as you need to. We're doing double, which can be a little bit of a challenge for some. You feel free to do one at a time and hold your forearm with your other hand. 3 in one direction, 3 in the other. And relax. We're going to take care of our shoulder. And then we're going to move into our hips. They're similar joint structures. So when you're first starting out doing this, it's really nice to do your shoulders and then your hips because it's a similar movement pattern that we're moving into, right? It's a ball and socket joint. Contract through your body, irradiate. I'm going to turn myself around so you see different angles. I'm going to do 2 on each side. Externally rotate the shoulders a little bit, the biceps spinning up towards the sky. Left arm is out to the side, just contracting. Bring the arm, cross over the midline, up into flexion. So your bicep might scrape along your cheek. Once you hit a little roadblock here, spin the bicep in and away from your face. Keep spinning until you can't spin no more. And now extend back as you continue to spin that internal rotation. Keep the rest of your body still. Pause at any point to check in with your control, with your tension throughout your body. Kick it back. You might feel your tricep fire. Externally rotate, bicep spins up towards the ceiling and bring the bicep up towards the ear and down. This one a little faster. Externally rotate the right arm, bring across the midline into flexion. Internally rotate, extend back. Kick it back, externally rotate, and down. Left arm. Right arm comes out to contract. Contract through the whole body. Pack the air down or pressurize your core if you want to. Externally rotate, cross over the midline. Into flexion. Internally rotate, extend back. Kick it back and peel the arm into external rotation. Bicep coming up towards the ear and down. Cross the midline. Flexion, internal, extend back, and kick it back, and external rotation, and forward. You probably could see where my sticky points are. It's that kick back and right here. So find those sticky points, move into them as long as they're not painful. Let's take care of our hips. I'm going to use the table that's right here. Just make sure that you can see it. Yeah, okay. So you could use a chair here, you could use a wall, whatever you have. Right leg is our standing leg. The left leg is going to be our working leg. Contract through the right leg. You can have a slight bend in your knee. You want it to be soft but controlled and contracted. Contract through the working leg. Bring your left hand to your left hip to make sure, right? We don't want to compensate. We don't want to bring in any other joints. So we don't want to rock and roll here. We want to try to keep our pelvis straight forward as best we can. Contract through the left leg. Pack the air down, pressurizing the torso. Inhale. Exhale. Knee comes slowly up. Spin the thigh out and up into external rotation. Bring that whole unit out to the side. Now internally rotate. The thigh spins in and down and back, and the knees come together. Kick it back. Peel the knee away. High and wide and forward. One more. Knee comes up. Externally rotate out to the side. Internally rotate back and down. Kick it back. Peel the knee away. High and wide. Nice. So now we're going to do the right leg. Show you from the back. My right hand's on my hip. Left leg is strong. Pressurizing my core on my exhale. Knee comes up. Contracting through both legs, externally rotate, out to the side, internally rotate, bring it back and land. Kick it back, bring that heel closer to the bum, peel the knee away from the other knee, high and wide, and down. Last one, knee up, external, out to the side, internal and back, kick it back, peel the knee away. Nice. Now we'll do our tibia, which is our shin and our calf, where those two things live, or what we call them. So let's start with the left leg. So right leg is our standing leg. Left leg is our working leg. No need for a lot of contraction here. We just want to make sure that we get the rotation of the shin, which means our femur and our knee stays still. Hold onto your knee if you can and move your calf. Find it, find it, find it. This is external rotation. This is internal rotation. You can see my calf moving, right? So let your hand go. See if you can control the femur and the knee. Externally rotate the left tibia. I almost forgot the name of it. Come forward 3/4 of the way. Internally rotate and back. Have your hand on your femur. Just make sure it doesn't move. Do your best. This was one of the hardest things for me to find. Pause on the in and back. Stir the pot in the other direction. Keep that leg forward and take care of your ankle. Try to relax your toes as best you can. Really rotate. Reach through that ankle 3 times in each direction. Wonderful. Let's take care of our right leg. I'm going to use the wall. So sometimes I just lean up against the wall, bending my right knee, externally rotating, kick forward, internally rotate, back. Pause on the in and back and kick it forward, externally rotate, back. Internally rotate forward, externally rotate back. And relax. I forgot to take my socks and shoes off. I would recommend doing the cars routine with either just socks. If you have minimalist shoes, that would be great. But when we do our toe work, it's really nice to see your toes working. So tripod of your foot here, big toe, under your pinky toe and your heel. Secure it onto the ground. Even weight distribution as best you can. Lift up the 10 toes. Tap the big toe down. Lift all 10 toes, 8 toes down. Tap them 3 to 5 times. Lift them all up, spread them wide, and set them all down. Nice and wide. Squeeze them into the ground. Claw. Now just lift your big toe. And down, and your 8 toes come up. Big toe stays firm. And down, big toe up. Down, 8 toes. And lift them all up, spread them wide. Start with your pinky toe, set that down, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. There you go. Lift them up, spread them wide. Last one. And you are done. Again, you could do this all at once. It takes me about 6 minutes. I've inserted it into my coffee making morning routine. So as my coffee is brewing, I do all my cars in the kitchen, or I sprinkle them throughout my day. So it's all up to you. Do these every darn day. You'll sleep better, you'll move better, you're maintaining the range of motion that you have now. If you follow along with me at Moving Well with Sue, I teach mobility basics, kin stretch, as well as yin yoga, all joint focused on you finding your way to move and be well. Thank you for joining me.